People tell me so often, particularly when I go and do confirmations, that individuals have grown immensely through being discipled at baptism or wedding classes, messy church, alpha, house groups and so on. And not just in their spiritual life, but a growth in their own self-worth and dignity as they discover who they are in Christ. And so I'm looking forward to my Lent appeal this year, and I hope churches will continue to give generously to it. As usual, it'll support a project abroad and a project in this diocese. Both will help us feel part of God's worldwide church. 3 years ago, a team led by Richard Westwood from here in Great Worley linked up with the Hands at Work project among refugees in the northeast of South Africa. Richard, tell me what you found.
When we went to South Africa, we found that the community we visited had a large number of people in it who were descendants from refugees who'd come across the Kruger National Park during the Civil War there. And many of them had been affected by HIV/AIDS. There were lots of orphan and vulnerable children. And Hands at Work as an organisation wanted to support local community volunteers who were supporting these orphaned and vulnerable children. It was a remarkable work.
So Richard, who did you take with you?
The first teams that we took in 2010 were a mixture. There was some people from the church and wider community, but also we invited some young people from the two local high schools, Chesley and Hay High School and Great Worley High School. And those schools were very happy to send some Year 10 students with us. And out of that has become this Link for Life project, where students in the high schools each year are invited to be a part of the project and visit these communities in need, which are being helped by Hands at Work. In more recent years, we've taken a wider range of people, and Laura was one of the students who came with us last year in 2012.
So Laura, how's being involved in this project made a difference to you?
I think it's really affected me as a person. I think you can't see something like that and it not change you. I've come back and it's made me think of how I want to be as a person and how I can help my own community as well as still be involved with Africa. I've been working at a special needs school. I've started community lunches for the OAPs at the community centre, and I've started fundraising for next year's team, doing a half marathon.
Richard, Laura, thank you very much. South Africa is a country of contrasts, in parts as prosperous as our own, but in other places in real poverty. Our linked diocese of Matlasani lies somewhere in between. It too is working hard to develop young leaders for the future, and has identified that these leaders will develop further with a programme similar to that working in Great Worley. So part of my 2013 Lent appeal will be to enable young leaders from Matlasani to travel to Hands at Work, and also to England, and share with other leaders on the same project. We don't have to go far from the church door in many parts of the diocese to find neighbourhoods with high levels of deprivation. Often government schemes and voluntary programmes fail to scratch where these communities itch. These communities also have much to teach government or charities.
In fact, there are over 100 parishes within this diocese that have areas of deprivation within the top 10% nationally. That pool of experience of living in poverty is going to support the part of our Bishop's Lent appeal that's addressing poverty and the causes of poverty within the Diocese of Lichfield. All those parishes are going to be invited to bring forward their ideas for how they can support work within their own neighbourhoods. And then at the end of June, we're all going to be able to listen to those projects being presented and together decide how the funds can best be spent in a way that's going to make the maximum impact. You, wherever you are within the diocese, are going to be able not just to give to the Lent appeal, but also to play your part in deciding how the money can be best spent.
All this is possible through the prayers and generous giving of people in the parishes across this diocese.